So quality of life is something that's super important and plays right into trying to do better than OSOT. We're trying to put OSOT into the f***ing ground, man. Okay.
As much as you love OSOT, you know.
Yeah. So there's quite a few things that we've done from a quality of life standpoint. Too many actually to list in this Q&A. A lot of things some things players might not even notice. They'll notice that their experience is better, but they might not notice exactly why the experience is better. Little things like when you look at the crate UI, now you can see exactly what items you've unlocked from the crates. You can see your progression in the items that you've unlocked in the crate. There's multiple new interfaces in some of the UI that you'll see that kind of helps to deliver more information for the players. But some of the things you want to do is really address pain points for players, pain point for free players, pain points for new players. And one of the things that I thought definitely needed to be addressed was the gold situation, what I would call the gold situation. So we have slowly been working our way up to kind of resolving, the issue that players don't have enough gold when they start playing League of Maidens. And along with that comes an issue with inventory space. So there's quite a few things that we've done to kind of balance. It used to be you would get it. What the kind of life cycle of a League of Maidens player ended up being was that at the beginning of your gameplay, it's really hard to get gold. At the end of your gameplay, it's just like, what do I do with all this gold, right? So we kind of helped to balance that out to where we're kind of moving more of the kind of gold surplus away from the high end and kind of spreading it out a little bit more evenly so that players, when they start out, won't have as much of a deficit when it comes to acquiring gold. It'll be easier for players to acquire gold. How have we done that? Well, before I talk on that, so what I'll say is, and at the same time, we have also done things like address shortage of inventory slots. So like the second I think biggest issue that new players have when they come into the game is they start playing and then the inventory is filling up and they feel like they have to buy inventory slots, so that's a problem, and they want to be able to kind of play the game to kind of get a feel for it before they spend money, and that's perfectly fine. You definitely want to encourage that. So kind of one thing that we did was we increased the amount of gold that you get. The gold drops that drop earlier in the game, we kind of increased that, the amount of gold that you get earlier. Okay, so and now also at the same time, the types of gold drops, that because you would kind of be farming for gold and you'd be killing mobs and gold drops would be happening, and you'd have like 6 different types of gold that filled up 6 different inventory slots. So basically what we did was we kind of whittled that down to 2 types, right?
Yeah, 2 types.
And then both types, so you have the gold on the high end, which is maintained, and then the lowest type of gold that drops is going to be significantly higher than the smallest type of gold that we used to drop. So that kind of helps with, there are other changes that we made as far as gold that will help new players to gain gold faster when they start playing. But one of the bigger changes that we made in that regard is to reduce the types of gold and to increase. Basically, you'll get fewer gold drops, but those gold drops, you will not get fewer gold drops. The gold drops that you get will be the bigger gold drops as opposed to the smaller gold drops. Another thing that we did was we used to have like 8 different like treasure types that would fill up
there was quite a bit. There was a lot,
inventory. Yeah. And that ended up, being a whole, why do we have all these different treasure types? Really what we need to do is we need to kind of whittle this list down to, I think we actually, if you counted gems and treasure, there was maybe like 11 or 12 slots, and we just kind of cut that down in half. So basically you have kind of the same potency of the treasures that you would receive in Kinsell for gold, but now with half the inventory space that's going to take up. So right there, that's 6 slots that you're going to kind of save. That's not going to be filled up in your inventory as a new player. And then you have the change with the gold. That's going to help free up some slots as well. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's going to deliver a more powerful kind of experience is when it comes to your gold grind. And it's just going to take up less space so that you can kind of, feel more free to kind of, put other things in the slots or, whatever. It just will significantly help that experience. What's up, Maiden Nation? This is your Maiden Commander speaking. Catch the full episode of the developer Q&A for the League of Maidens, The Realm of Shadows this Friday right here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and we'll see you guys this Friday.